Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have big doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
What's up, what's up, what's up, and welcome to the Big Face Show. It's your boy, and you know what I love to talk about? Well, the fastest growing sport in the world, bare knuckle fighting, man. You see it everywhere you go now. A couple years ago, you may not know what we was talking about, but now every time you open up your news feed, you can't help but run into a BKFC, a BYB, BKB, a Russian hardcore, or some local bare knuckle event. It's the fastest growing sport in the world for a reason. It's the most exciting sport in the world. Immediate attribution. And tonight, man, you know, we get the best of the best on the Big Face Show, and we got a special friend to the show tonight, coming off another amazing performance out there in Albuquerque for the BKFC. 10-1, you know, the best in the business. A lot of people saying we're gonna get it at night. We're gonna bring to the stage my man Dave, the redneck Mundell. Here we go. We got to get you on there, Dave. Hi, welcome.
What's up, man?
Hang on, man. We late with it, but we got it. Oh, so
Back and forth, another busy schedule.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I was talking about the applause that I finally got, not you. The applause. You heard it. Welcome to the show, man. Well, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm just relaxing now, just vegging out a little bit, you know, enjoying my time, just laying down a little bit and recovering.
I mean, I'm looking, man. You just went through a 5-round tough fight. You look pretty good, man. You don't look that beat up to me. Let's talk about Albuquerque, man. Let's talk about the 10th win, right, of your bare knuckle career. Am I right? Yep. Are you 10-1 now?
Yep, 10-1.
Fucking amazing.
Should be 11-0, but that's all right.
Oh, I mean, hey, it happens, man. But so let's talk about it, man. You went into Donald Sanchez's backyard. I saw it. I watched it. It was a very hostile environment for you. As usual, you went and played the villain. How'd it feel?
It was a change of pace for me. You know, over there in Spain, it wasn't so one-sided like that, but I got used to some booze over there, so it didn't really affect me in like the performance-wise or anything like that. But it was just definitely funny to see, and they definitely go hard for their boys out there. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, they was mad. They was mad on the internet if you had anything, and I predicted you in 2 because I mean the knockout streak was getting pretty prolific there, redneck. I heard you say something about it. Were you disappointed that your streak got snapped?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's one of those things, you know, I feel like maybe if I would have pushed a little harder, maybe I could have got in there and got on the inside a little bit sooner and did the job. But at the end of the day, I stayed on top all 5 rounds, and I did stay in his face. I did push the pace. So it's just one of those things. It's bittersweet.
Oh, no, you were definitely the aggressor, man, and you came out piping hot. And, you know, usually you're a little bit of the first round. I tell people, I watch a lot of all the fights. And usually in the first round, you fill them out. That's your filler round. You'll come out. You ain't really giving them the full blast. You seeing what they react to, certain things you do. And then the second round, you really come out and you try to knock people's heads off. Pretty much, you caught him with power early, right? And you kept the heat on him the whole fight, right? But and we talked about this off the camera, and I want you to elaborate on that. You feel like after that initial power surge in the beginning, he tasted the power, and now he fought you differently than he came in fighting?
Absolutely. No, and it's one of those things, like once you realize, how do I put that? I don't want to sound like an asshole either, but like he experienced the level difference, right? So when I got in there, I hit him. I was moving fast. I was sharpshooting my punches. Like this is stuff, whether he recognized it or not, that he knew it would be a hard time to deal with. So when I was able to get inside and find him, he started going more on his back foot, trying to stay away from me, which made it harder to meet him in the middle, you know. But we call it like survival mode, you know. He accepted that he wasn't gonna beat me, and he just started boxing, which is cool, you know, but it got my streak.
Well, I mean, yeah, so you know, your win streak's still intact, so that's all that really matters. But I mean, the great Sean Wheelock alluded to it, and so did Chris Lytle. The speed looked a lot different. I don't know, man. in the past, man, while you look strong, you know, you didn't look as, you look like you was ripped. You look fast. Your footwork was amazing. Talk about that kind of level. You're leveling up
Yeah.
still.
Listen, that's what I was trying to tell everyone before this fight. All my other fights, I had to work full time. I had a full time job. You know, I'm the blue collar cowboy. So this was the first time, I think 5 weeks out from the fight, I actually quit and was able to just train and focus full time, you know, hitting twice a day and also being able to have time to recover too. So I started training with a boxing trainer, Monette, on top of everything else that I've already been doing. And just, he really helped me push my cardio and get me in shape for it. And, you know, it just, I think that's what everyone was seeing out there.
Oh man, amazing. I mean, you look crazy fast, and the power, of course, is always there. All right, so Donald Sanchez, a lot of people had hyped this up as, you know, a real threat to your reign. Didn't turn out to be that way, dominating a unanimous decision victory. So now we beyond Albuquerque. Of course, I know you healing up, but you know this the fight game, and as soon as you win one, people want to know what's next. After the fight, of course, you gave an in-ring interview, and you said you wanted to fight whom?
No other than Mike Perry.
Yeah,
You know, everyone seems to think that he's the best of all time, and we're both in our prime right now, right? He's still fresh, except for the fact that he lost to Jake Paul, which is, I mean, that was a bad look. But either way, you know, if he want to save face, he should come fight me.
right. I mean, and he didn't really, I mean, the fight with Jake Paul, it looked like to me might have been a little bit in the bag. Didn't fight his weight. He may not be the best of all time, you know, speaking of in the squared circle, but he might be the best draw of all time. He's drawn great for the BKFC in the past, and his fights, you know, he's had some big name fights come in to fight him. He's got the big purses, but you've been chasing him now for
Yeah.
2
I'm starting to
years.
make it to where they can't ignore me, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of people just like dumbasses, and he's just one of those that everyone just seems to flock to, and for no reason why. But either way, I mean, I'm ready. I want it. I've done so much in preparation for it. I've knocked out everyone they put in front of me. Well, you know, I've beaten everyone they put in front of
Oh,
me.
yeah, very
So
decisively.
it's like, and not in just like, oh, he got lucky. You know, like, yeah, like you said, decisively. I won every round. You know, it's
Yeah.
not even close. Like, my level is shown for itself. And any doubt out there from anybody, I just want to prove them wrong. So
Oh, so we're gonna get deeper into it. So, and speaking of that, there's been a long hiatus now for Platinum P as he started his own, you know, dirty boxing. He's had one event. He's looking at having another event, and I know he's alluded he wants to come back to the BKFC. He's looking for a contract. There aren't a lot of fights that make sense. Definitely makes sense to come back and fight you, get a belt, finally get a belt that's not, you know, something that Mr. Feldman created for him. You know what I mean? The king of violence.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really think it's, you know, it's getting closer, and you've done exactly what you could do, right? Knock people's heads off, right?
Yeah, everyone they put in front of me, you know, I put in the work and I went out there and I finished them. You know, it's just, it's one of those things. Like I said, I'm making it impossible to ignore.
Yeah, it's the fight all the fans been saying. That's, you go to the internet. Nate Shook, I know you sometimes view this show right here. That's the fight everybody was a no-brainer. So go ahead and write the big checks. I know there's got to be some big checks written for this fight to happen. I'd love to see it happen somewhere. I mean, it really could happen anywhere, but on the East Coast. I mean, let's Florida, Georgia. I mean, Atlanta had a good show. They had a good turnout. Were you at the Atlanta fight when they were at the show in Atlanta?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, anywhere, man. Let's get you down to Florida. Let's get you somewhere where you ain't got to be riding the black hat and the black horse every time you go out there.
There you go.
You like your boy Padermo to my I come you house. Is that what you?
Anywhere, man. It's just one of those things that we I would love to fight in front of my people. I definitely feel like we could sell out the Amalie Arena fairly easy here in Tampa. But if they want me to travel and shit like that, that's also another perk of fighting and having this type of lifestyle. You know, I know they got an event coming up in Italy. I've been talking with that guy a little bit, just letting him know, like, hey, if you need me over there, I'm game. You know, so we'll see what happens.
Well, that fight definitely would play overseas, huge. Italy, Spain, even this Australia where they're having a card. You know what I'm saying? It would be huge in an international market. And or that's what I'm saying. You definitely sell Tampa out. What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to get a ticket there. Anywhere you could, if you went to the Hard Rock, you'd be able to get a ticket there. So I mean, but I could see that definitely headlining some huge card overseas easily, right?
For sure.
And he
Because
wants
the
to
thing
come
about
back,
it
and
for
they
him,
got to make it make sense, man. They got to make it make sense. So, Mike Perry aside, you've had a fantastic run through the BKFC. Let's talk about. I know this ain't big on your list, but a lot of us aficionados and journalists and so-called media personalities, we debate all the time the top 10 pound for pound fighters in the sport across organizations, meaning BKFC, BKB, which was BYB, now is all BKB for the worldwide, Russia Hardcore, and you, my friend, are consensus on my list and many others, the number one pound for pound fighter in the entire sport. How's it feel? The underdog man, my man came and now is the best in the sport. How does that feel? And how does that
feels
register?
good. It feels good. It's one of those things like I really I don't think about that stuff too much. So when I hear people say it, it's always like, yeah, that's pretty dope. But I love fighting, so I just put my work in and it just shows.
Yeah, you see it right there. Captain America type redneck. I love that shot right there, by the way, as other people see.
I was over there in Spain when we were doing, US versus the UK. But
I mean,
I
yeah,
think
it's dope.
that
It's
fight
dope.
there with when I fought Christie, I think that gave me a pretty big fan base over there because I've had a few interviews where they're really hyping me up, and I was like, all right.
Well,
So
Europeans love that
going.
redneck persona too. They like that because they know that. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the stereotypical things over there. We're redneck. They think we're all rednecks, just so you know. So they're like, hey, that's a redneck. He's the redneck, and you wear it as a badge of honor.
Whatever it is that brings them out, it's perfect. They can put me
Well,
fight
once they
over
go, and if they
anything.
Google you, and I'm telling you right now, if you're not a fan of the sport and you're watching this right now and you haven't seen David Mundell fight the redneck, we call him the redneck, that's our boy, but that's David Mundell, the best bare knuckle fighter in the world, the current middleweight champion of the world for BKFC, reigning, defending, beats all comers, and has wiped out his division like 2 or 3 times. Now there is a younger fighter, and I know that you're focused on Marcus on Mike Perry, but Marcus Edwards. There's a couple other younger fighters, and I know that down the road they'll probably get their shot. And right now you're on the bigger fish. You got some big fish on the line, and Platinum P, who dodged you for quite some time, used to travel to all his fights. He has been responding. I think it's a fight that he would take. So I we'll see what the matchmakers.
He's made enough noise that people have seen it on social media. So I think it's only a matter of time now. And like I said, they got that Italy card around the corner. They could put us on there. They could just go ahead and make us one here in Orlando for whenever, and it's gonna be huge regardless.
Absolutely. And speaking of you being your number one pound for pound fighter, all hail the redneck. All hail the redneck. Undefeated outside the Waffle House as well, I understand. So Gustavo Trujillo, the number 2, who I was back and forth with the number 1. He's the current heavyweight champion for the BKB, 7-0 with 7 first round knockouts. No one's lasted a minute. You have a relationship there. Gustavo, right?
Yes,
Speak
sir.
on that a little bit.
We both started when BKFC 6, when it first came around. We were both, training together in the same gym over at Gracie Clearwater at the time. And obviously we met through because we were doing MMA, but then bare knuckle came to Tampa and it just kind of shot off. And that's a freak of nature right there. That boy is so strong, some superhuman strength. It's crazy. But he's the nicest person in the world. And it was so funny watching us have like conversations with each other. Like everything was bro sign language because he don't speak a lick of English.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So it's just that's one that he's going to be dangerous no matter what sport he goes into.
Right, and that speaks on the small knit community of the fight community. People don't understand that even across from MMA, all the combat sports in general, it's about 2 or 3 degrees of separation for most of y'all cats. Y'all have either trained together, worked together, fought on some card when you were coming up together, and that's amazing. That is a cool ass story, man. I'm gonna tell you. And now the fact that you guys are the number 1 and number 2 pound for pound, well, in my book, and anybody else we can fight about it outside the Waffle House. They're gonna have their own lists. I'm sure other organizations are gonna come out with their list. But I don't know how you can argue against. And the great Sean Wheelock said it, and I have to side with him. The number 1 pound for pound fighter in bare knuckle, David the Redneck Mundell, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
Yeah.
There you go. So let's talk about you know, we got mapped out your future. I know you're going to take some time off, usually at a lot of the events. Make sure you shout out everybody who helps you make this happen. I know you don't do it alone. I know you got a great partner in life and your wife, and also the partners at your gym, one of the best gyms in the game. Talk about that.
Shift Combat, you know. As far as sponsors go, I got Full Blast, you know, and then the Real Man Project. Those guys really helped me out a lot, getting me through this camp, helping me be able to take time off of work and really put my time in. We got people like Outlaw Customs, Legendary Tattoos, Fitness 360. You know, my man Nick with Chiseled Ink. You know, he's my personal trainer, and then Monette. You know, over at Flowers Boxing Gym. The team that I put around me is just it's amazing, and it's the best. So
yeah, man. That
if
shift,
you,
that
if you
whole
follow
shift
me,
thing, Jihad, everybody over there. You got
yeah,
just warriors, champs up and down. Shout out to Jessica Borger. Shout out to everybody over there. That's
that's
just
what I was gonna say. If you know, if you follow me, you know, like the type of teammates that I train with too. So
iron sharpens iron. You guys got probably one of the best rosters, if not the best, arguably the best roster in bare knuckle over there. And the proof's in the pudding. A lot of getting a lot of hardware over there in the gym. I see, right? Shout out the shift for real. And shout out to everybody that has helped you maintain, because it takes a whole team of cats to be the champ of the world. And I don't see nobody stopping you, Dave. I'm looking down here. I'm like, yeah, I don't see nothing on these lists. I see some names. I'm not even gonna say them because I don't want to get beat up for no reason. You know what I mean? But a fantastic, once again, man, crushed it there in Albuquerque. You came out, you did your thing. You talked a little about the footwork, but your footwork was amazing in this fight, man. You were fast. You looked super fast.
We were focused on it. You know, I knew I was going out there in elevation, and I just had to be on top of everything. So, you know, I don't want to fight there again. The city itself was boring, but you know, at least I know
But
I can prepare for
you
it.
came,
Correctly.
you saw, and Vini Vidi Vici, right? You came, you saw, you conquered the city of Albuquerque. Also, while you're talking about the speed, you're one of the few fighters who, most fighters who are power punchers, they got a certain punch they're going to catch you with, like might have a hook, or in the case of like a right hand, or a gallo. El Gallo's got the right hand, catch you with the hook, catch you with extended. Same with a Reaver, who's a straight on, he catch you with the straight, the overhand right. You can knock people out with both hands, with a hook, a shovel, a jab.
The secret is I don't really hit hard. I'm just very accurate and good at walking you into it, and throwing the punches that you don't see coming because you were worried about something else, setting traps. So it's my fight IQ that brings me through, not my punching power. But
and you do seem to catch with the most pretty, just perfectly placed punches, right? Like you put them right there on the spot, full extension. Hit him in the zone you're supposed to. Yeah, you're right. But there's a lot of ass coming behind that.
Yeah. Well, you got to give them something to respect. And then once they start biting on that, it's easy pickings from there.
Yeah. And you're not really a counter puncher. You are definitely a come in forward. You start the action. You can sit out and you right outside of range, and then you come and pick and you move forward. You're always pressing. You don't fight off your back foot a lot. You're right.
I used to love to, that's where I pride myself in, being a counter striker. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love walking people into it. Because as you know, when they're moving forward and they run into a punch, it's a bigger hit, So when I'm the one pushing forward and they're moving backwards, it kind of takes the damage off the end of the punches, but it still can get the job done.
Oh no, they're
I
being
know
on
what
the end of a
BKFC
punch.
wants to see. They want to see us, going forward and standing in the paint, which I'm good with it if somebody else wants to match up. But
man, listen, at 10-1 and have beaten everybody that's gotten in front of you for years now. And I know the big mega fight is on the horizon. I want to thank you, man. I've been chasing you around because you're my boy. You're my boy too. But you busy, and it's that's the champ life, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I appreciate you giving me some of your time for this, man. For real, it was dope.
Of course, man. I wanted to make sure I got out here. Like I said, I've just been busy with the camp and stuff, and now that it's over and we got some time to relax, catch up, and all the good stuff.
That's right, man. And I want to tell you, I dropped my new movie. It's on Amazon Prime. I got to get you in the movie. I'm working on a bare knuckle movie. I'm gonna get you in the movie right now. We're gonna get you to play. Even if I do a club scene, I told my boy, we're gonna get you to be the lead bouncer, like on some Roadhouse shit. We got to get you in the movie, man.
I can't lose no fights though. Okay.
No. You ain't losing no fights in my movies. No,
we
no,
throwing
not.
people out. I'm cool with it.
How
They
could
ain't
I
allowed
sit
to
here
win,
and
though.
say that you the number one pound for pound at Bare Knuckle Syndicate? You the number one pound for pound across, but we're gonna make you lose in this movie. You got to take. No, we can't do that. We're gonna have to let the number 18 motherfucker lose. You know, we're gonna bring him in. You know, but hey, man, once again, thank you very much, man. And I'm gonna get this right. BigFace is the producer now. He's the big producer, so now I'm learning how to do this. My man, thank you very much. We'll see you next time, Redneck. All right, brother. There you have it. Your main man, Dave, the Redneck Mundell, man. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have my man on here. The pound for pound number one best fighter across the game, and that's BigFace's opinion, but it's a lot of other journalists and media personalities' opinion in the sport. I mean, the dude is just phenomenal. I mean, we can't give him enough praise. And thanks for coming by the show. Always great to catch up with him. 10-1, man. Somebody gonna have to try to stop me, knocking people blocks off. And I want to end on this note. You know what it is, man. Trigon Combat. We got it this week, June 12th, right here, Thursday night down in Myrtle Beach. We got the Brawl on the Beach. We got Jay-Z on the card. We got Boucher on the card. A lot of young fighters looking to make their name in the sport on the card. So we here at Trigon are looking very forward to the Brawl on the Beach here in just a couple of days, man. So if you're in the Myrtle Beach surrounding areas, you need to get down there to the John T. Rhodes Center and see something you ain't never seen before. And your boy BigFace, of course, as always. But you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much for the Redneck, the champion, coming through to bless us tonight on the BigFace show. And as I always say, man, there ain't no Coliseums without the gladiators.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the cops, and you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining out, I keep making sound, go another round, 'cause I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.